new teams. We have Villians Valkyries and SGN Phoenix. These two teams will be playing in our Opens bracket, so the LPL Opens League, where if you are in the top 8, similar to our Amateur League, you make your way into a finals bracket. That bracket, once again, you play off, except there's not a prize pool in this bracket as it's the Open League. You can come in, grab a team, get in, and start working your way up the brackets. So, but if you do win, you earn yourself a spot into the Amateur League. So you get relegated up. Yeah, it's relegated. I'm looking at the right word there. And if you can move up into the Amateur League, then you start playing against these better teams in the OCE, as you just saw, can bring us a show, and they can really bring their A game out. So, yeah, let's have a look at these teams. We are jumping into Split. Whew, okay, so let's have a look at these lineups. So on Villians Valkyries and on SGN Phoenix, I'm probably gonna drop the front part of your names. I apologize, just so we can keep the flow a little bit easier as we say the names. So Phoenix versus the Valkyries. We've got the side of Phoenix. They'll be looking at picking up a lot of utility heroes. You have smokes coming out of Omen. You got the Viper, you got the Jet, and you got the Initiation. Wow, this is a very interesting lineup we don't see too often. There's a lot of smoking capabilities where it looks like they just want to shut down almost every single sight line in the game. I mean, they're going to throw down so much utility on sites. You either spam through it and hope you get something, or you're just going to fall down to pieces. And with Villians Valkyries, they're not getting a Sova, they're going to be opting for that Sky. So even with a lot of those smokes on the ground, Sky's Trailblazer will at least be able to run through the smokes and try and find any kind of agents trying to sneak their way in or those pushes onto the site. They will be picking up the Sage. So Split, as most of you know, is pretty much a core map for Sage. You don't see Sage picked up on many other maps, maybe a little bit on Bind, sorry, not Blind, on Bind. But Split is your primary map. You do run that Sage build, which we don't see in Phoenix. So we'll see how well this goes off and see how many times we see that kind of choke point down mid get sacrificed with the Sage wall and then the rotations around the rest of the map, because this is a fairly large map and the rotations are not so linear as you come through quite a few different angles. So as we get into this match, this LPL Open match against Phoenix and the Valkyries, we will be looking at seeing a default lineup coming from Phoenix with one at a lot of their locations, except they've got an extra player down at B side. Peach, she seems to be wanting to set up down towards B, maybe get an aggressive little pick to try and find any rotations that the Valkyries might be pushing down here. As we can see, there seems to be a front that is brewing, and the storm might be rolling on in as the B side is getting ready with Glitch going to be opening this up. Peach, she's going to take a few shots, tear off the capability of their opponents as they come on in. Peach unable to get the shot, she's going to have to retreat, allowing the rest of the team to rotate in. The snake bite down to stop that push coming in from B main. We still see Small and Blossom. They're going to be holding their positions over the A site. They're not rotating yet. They thought about it, but no one has actually entered the point. So just in case there's a rotation, Peach is now going to see a few extras, and now they're on the point. The paint shells goes up, but will not find a kill as One Ray. She's going to be able to take down Katie up from the heavens. And now the rest of the locations, the rest of the team is going to start swinging in onto this map. Fluffy comes around the corner. It's going to get the shots off and will find the kill with the Frenzy. This leaves only Small and Blossom left up in heaven to try and take down the devils down below. Fluffy's going to be going on the work, but Small has decided she's going to rotate down in this angle too. Going to come face to face with Fluffy, finds one, but still has to find 4 more, and with only 22 HP, is looking a little bit grim. This looks like it's going to be going Villians Valkyries' way as Pichu gets the kill. The Villians Valkyries, they didn't get scared off. Once the utility was used down at B, they held themselves, and they played with their opponents a little bit. Phoenix did great at slowing down the push, but unfortunately for them, Valkyries was not ready to storm the point. They were happy to play slow. The time wasn't wasting, and in the end, it worked out well for the Valkyries. And now we're going to see Sky. She's going to rotate down towards this A site. They're going to pull a little bit of a positional change. Peach is still playing towards this B main. And we're going to see Valkyries. They're going to be decided to go against the B again. They got success once. Why not try it a second time? As Glitch comes around the corner, finds himself a kill. He's going to be quite happy about that. As now they make their way onto site. We already see a very fast rotation. Which, if it comes through mid lane, well... OneRay and Pichu are prepared for this. They're going to be storming heaven. Pichu takes the eyes off the corner, but is able to be backed up by OneRay. She returns the kill, cannot find the kill over towards Vents, but able to heal herself up. The Fluffy shuts down any quick rotation coming to the back of B side, allows them to get a safe plant down. As now Small and Katie, the last one standing for the Phoenix. They found themselves a Spectre on one, but there is a lot of agents that they have to work through. Katie is afraid of that lurk coming up behind. Small is going to throw out that Trailblazer. It's going to get two bits of information. They know where two players are, and the last two are a little bit of an unknown, as Small is going to get that flash coming around the corner. Katie peeks around, is trying to avoid getting shot in the head and checking lowers. No one's under lowers. They're all standing around behind the point, and they pick up a second round for Villains Valkyries. Also, I just forgot, I didn't do our choose prediction from the last match. I apologize, it went to Paranoia, and I'll try and get a quick prediction up for everyone in chat at the moment. So, what team are you after? We are after the Phoenix. Oops, we have Villains Valkyries, and we have the SGN Phoenix. Get that prediction up in chat for all of you. You have 2 minutes. That's the best I can give you. So now we have a little bit of a split up on the side of the map here. They're allowing Pichu to be kind of a lurker. See how that works. You usually see your Cypher and your Omens, Killjoys. They're usually your lurking characters because a lot of the time they can't offer a lot when it comes to initiate onto point other than getting that little bit of smoke down, whereas Omen can still play that anywhere around the map within reason. So we're going to push coming up down middle. They're just going to wait for that poison orb to fall. Katie doesn't know how close to playing with fire she is with the black hole. It's been pulled. Did they see the feet? Did they see the back? The orb comes out. It's going to have to force them off the line. And they're going to be able to find that kill. Katie and Bunny able to lock down the mid here, but now Small is alone on the B side. Low hit points with two of them coming on in. And OneRay is going to be able to capitalize on that. Now Bunny's going to be firing down in heaven against the final two onto the B side. As the information's been passed over to the Phoenix, they're going to rotate over and be looking for their first round here in this match. OneRay does have a resurrection available, but got no bodies to be able to put that on because all the bodies fell over towards the middle of the map. OneRay unable to find the kill up onto Catwalk. Glitch pumps around the corner, and there's just so many bodies, and they will all take Glitch on out. So they will be putting that ultimate over towards Katie, getting her closer to the showstopper. Just very, very close. They might want to look at potentially trying to secure an ultimate orb, either down at A, usually is your safer bet for the defense, as B main is usually locked for the offensive side. They have a lot easier at grabbing the ultimate orb and protecting it against any intruders of the defense. Round number 4. This time, Small has rotated back over to the B side. They're constantly trying to keep their opponents on guard. They've left Katie and Buddy towards the mid, as they've done well at coordinating and shutting down those pushes. Whereas the rest of the side, they've kind of split up, keeping their opponents off guard to what utility could be used where. Peach, she's going to be looking, getting aggressive. She wants that ultimate orb, but she's got to be very cautious. Ooh, she finds the shot of that Killjoy of Pichu. Actually, we got two Peaches. Oh, I just noticed. Well, I am oblivious. Ooh, down towards Garage, we find the kill of Small onto Fluffy. And we'll also grab the ultimate orb. That's a Seekers available for the side of Phoenix. That can help him capitalize on his position. Blossom, I don't know how to kill, but Peachy P is easily able to capitalize on Pichu. Takes out. There can only be one Peach in this kingdom. As the ultimate comes up, and the Peachy Pie goes up, but cannot find it. Was a little bit afraid of that bot. And now Peachy P has to get away. He's taking a lot of damage as now they're starting to grab that space. They're storming the front. Peachy P is going to be looking at peeking around this corner. Finds 3 and is a little bit worried about what it has to deal with. One Ray gets a kill up in heaven, but Bunny's going to peek around the corner, but no one's here. All of the Seekers get shot down instantaneously. And now as the 4 versus 2 Valkyrie, they are taking this round into their hands. Small is finding it very difficult to be able to come around and find any little opening in the armor of Villains Valkyries. Now Bunny, last one left alive, got a Vandal. Finds 1 kill on Maxi. She was not prepared for the onslaught of Bunny, as Bunny's now got 3 more to find. A little bit of health, not much utility, falls down, but unfortunately, coming from heaven, there is a lot of angles to check, and against 3 people in that scenario, that kind of sight execution, you can pick from any corner, and you'll get a return frag there. You really need to have that utility to lock down some of the sightlines, but unfortunately Viper, it's very, very close to impossible to have enough utility at those late stages of the round to clear those corners. So we're going to be seeing Small continue over the B side. Bunny will be running with Katie towards the mid, but Katie's going to be decided they're going to stand down towards A lobby as Peachy P goes aggressive here. Going to be grabbing the ultimate orb. That is a power move. They've taken the spot, taken the location, taken the orb, whereas over on the other side of the map, Maxi and the Sky have decided to take the ultimate orb, and there's a Seekers available this time for Glitch. How well can Small protect this point? Bunny's decided she's going to relocate that orb just down the ramp a little bit further. Making sure to lock down that mid lane.
Here.
And now Blossom and Peachy P, they're getting aggressive. They found a lot of information. One Ray's still a little nervous from that retreat from the back and keeping an eye on it. As One Ray gets up to the top, she's going to look away. And this is one of those timing moments which could pay dividends for Blossom and Peachy P.
Poison's off.
And Bunny's loses that poison orb. The initiation comes down onto the B site. Katie's going to have to try and hold onto this. Coming up from Catwalk. Ken finds the first kill. And they're going to get the showstopper. It's going to be chasing down. Jumps on in. Shoots and scores. Finds herself the second for the round. Now it's 3 versus 2. The paint shells. Ooh, are not coming out. Katie just decides, I'm going to shoot your face off. And we'll find the kill. Paint shell's going to be locked down. But Maxi's finally been able to turn kill. But Maxi can't do it all. And will fall. Phoenix turning it back around and getting their second round on the board. Slowing Villains Valkyries' momentum before they can start getting that roll on. And apologies chat, I just need a drink. I haven't had a drink of water in about 2 hours. Thank you to our last teams. Okay, with the mouse moistens, we are back. We've got an attack coming towards the A side as Villain Valkyries want to try and make their move up here, but this time Katie is being aggressive. Gonna be watching it. She wants the peek coming out, but unable to capitalize as the paint shells is gonna punish those standing in the corner. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but the Seekers is gonna force Katie off of her line, and she's gonna have to retreat out of there. Max is gonna get healed up, so all the paint shell damage is going to be mute. As now the rotation's coming from Phoenix and Peachy P is coming up from behind. Small trying to get that Spectre shots in as now the Cosmic Divide comes on down and One Rage decides which way she wants to be in. She wants to be with the rest of her team. She doesn't want to be standing on the other side of this Cosmic Divide. Now we have to see how Phoenix want to take this. It didn't block off this little engagement, so they're going to be able to come around. The Nanoswarm doing a lot. Peachy P able to get one but can't dash away. Katie also finds a return kill. This leaves 2 left. Peachy P goes down. Fluffy gets 1. Fluffy almost gets 2. Hides on the other side of the Cosmic Divide. There's a little bit of ring around Rosie. Fluffy can't find all the kills. Katie will clean it up and they will get the defuse going towards Blossom. We are 3 apiece. Both these teams, they're fighting backwards and forwards. Neither team wanted to give an ounce or an inch or any other kind of random metric unit you want to use. Oh, sorry, Imperial. I'm a scrub.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Looks like we might be getting a tactical pause coming on. First tactical pause of the match. So if we have a little look at the Ultimate's advantage. At the moment, we have a showstopper ready for Maxi. We will be able to see her effectively use the engagement, jumping on in, and open up a space for the rest of her team with the showstopper capable. Will she find herself a double? We'll see that shortly. On the side of Phoenix, we have the Operator Bladestorm Jet combination. You love to see it. How well can PGP be able to pull that off? How well can she hold on against Villain Valkyries' aggression onto their sites? And you got Blossom. Blossom's got that from the shadows. The relocation anywhere around the map and the capability to avoid perilous, nefarious situations where, you know, things looking unfavorable for you, you need to get on out of there. Or can use it tactically to play with the minds of your opponents. You either find yourself a sneaky little spot and be able to come from the lurk, or you pretend to play the lurk and then you hold with additional numbers on either the B or A site and catch your opponents off guard, because they will suspect maybe 2, possibly 3, but that Omen can be there to reinforce almost instantaneous. So we've now got to resume back into our match. PGP is going to be keeping an eye down towards mid, and we'll be seeing her first contestant, Peach Hugh, will be going down. Once again, PGP does not take kindly to the opposing Peach. Small gets a little bit of information. They're going to pop the Vipers, or making sure that poison is going to stop any further aggression. But they haven't decided to rotate. They're still holding strong. PGP still keeping a mid, and you still got Blossom watching down towards A site, and it's got that relocation, and we're speaking about it. Where is she going? She finds herself 2 into the B main, so knowledge is being gathered, but unfortunately there's a lot of time left on the map, so that knowledge is going to go to waste very shortly after. PGP has been blind, is going to have to back off the position, and is not going to see the rotation over onto the other side. And another flash comes out, keeping PGP off the line. PGP comes on out, unable to find the shot. Maxi is going to now throw the paint shell, and it's going to continue to force PGP off the aggression, allowing that map control over toward the Villains Valkyries. But they've decided that they don't want it. This is going to be the right call. Actually, left. Maxi is going to be walking up with one ray. Ooh, Small might have seen a little bit ahead if she was prepared to look, but she's looking the other direction. PGP, oh, looks away at the wrong time. Will we see the kill? Will we see the miss? Katie gets a kill on another end, and unfortunately PGP's panicking a little and misses a few shots.
10 seconds left.
But is there even enough time to get the flag down? There is not. Maxi, she jumps, but she can't get in time. It took a little bit too long, so in the end, PGP holds off the aggression just long enough to secure themselves around. And then, Villains Valkyries, they all fall underneath the rounds. They lose their weapons. But at least they've got rid of the Operator. PGP no longer able to lock down a complete choke point in this map, causing, you know, existential crisis for their opponents. Now, Katie and Blossom are still going to be holding at A side. We haven't really seen too much of rotation between these players yet. PGP's going to be throwing up that Bladestorm as they push down mid. They're going to find a little bit of information. Katie's going to be playing in a not a great position here because they're going to know exactly where she is. But the paint shells with the shots able to free Katie out of it and get themselves a kill. Fluffy is going to be hiding towards screens as the wall goes up. They might not suspect this. Small's going to get picked off. Oh no, Fluffy. Oh, Fluffy's holding on. She's hoping that someone else is going to be coming around. Small is still trying to find any information. Fluffy says, hello, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and picks herself up a Spectre to help out. as PGP has still got those blade storms. Goes up, goes high, cannot find the Fluffy, as Fluffy's already rotated out and picks up another. Pichu taking a little bit of damage, now vulnerable. Can she find Pichu? Find the kill. Pichu can collect it. Showstopper's been available. Katie comes around the corner, gets killed from heaven to fall down and not able to find anything. 4 versus 4. These two teams are not letting either of them get an advantage here. Ooh. So for those in chat, both these teams are female teams. Hopefully I'm not mistaken, but I was informed that both these teams are female teams. And they are giving us a showing tonight. So, Katie, let's get hold this angle. Small's going to be prepared for that B main. So what we saw at the start, where we saw a lot of rotations coming from Phoenix, they've decided to kind of lock down in positions what they feel what seems to be most comfortable in and what they're most happy with. They're not really trying to play with their opponent's mind in terms of utility anymore. They're just really trying to lock down the sites where they feel confident. And I guess confidence really does play a huge factor, because if you're confident, you'll be able to take the aim duels and potentially get those first bloods that you normally wouldn't. Because if you're playing half-hazardless or you're playing scared, you will not be able to find those key engagements for your team and put you above your opponents, which in such a close game, you really need to find those little increments to be able to get you ahead. And the lockdown's been used, so they'll start making momentum, but unfortunately, it doesn't get all of heaven. This allows Katie to still play a pretty tight line up, making sure anyone comes up ramp is going to be in a lot of issues. And the entire side of Villians Valkyries are now into sight as Fluffy is coming up from behind, hoping to get a lurk and get a huge reward here. Small's getting ready for the flash, and they're going to be prepared to storm from all locations as PGP and Bunny, the flash is going to come out, but the lurk, the Fluffy, she absolutely shuts all of them down. Oh, we saw Bunny gets one shot, but the showstopper says enough of that. And it leaves Blossom alone. It's going to have to go up towards heaven, and Fluffy's going to get the 4th for the round. Fluffy on fire that round, coming out of nowhere, finding all the kills with the help and utility of her teammates. We have 5-4 chat. If we go into another 6 or 7 overtime again, my voice is going to be destroyed for tomorrow. But it's going to be worth it, because this game is setting up to be another thriller, and that's what we love.
Here.
So we have an operator up on PGP, going to be walking down the B main. It's got the help of Small just in case there was anything a little bit too crazy coming down to B main. It's going to be there to protect. Blossom has a little bit of a rotation this time. Has rotated over to the A side. It's going to be helping out Katie. Oh, actually, never mind. They swap positions there. They're still at the A side. That doesn't count. Small's prepared for that flash. She's prepared to support her allies. Flash goes out, but no one is there. As Bunny's orb is going to go down, this is going to give Fluffy a little bit of moment to move up and try and gain some space. And she gains it all right. She kills the Bunny. The Bunny is no longer Fluffy, because the Fluffy is the only thing in here that is going to be showcasing their talent, as now Blossom, beautiful paranoia, gets it onto 3. Unfortunately, there's no one there to back it up, but it's given them enough time for PGP to come around, and they're going to punish this. They punish the operator hard. The operator wanted to get in to help out the Omen, but she overstood her boundaries, and they will kill her.
Spike planted.
Now Small, last one left, does have a Seekers, but you don't want to look at using this. You want to potentially preserve this so that you can use it in the next round when it's looking a little bit more favourable for you. And speaking of ultimates, we now have Viper's Pit available for Bunny, so we might see them put that over at the B site, because the Viper's Pit, either locking down the B main or towards B mid, will be able to completely put the contest in favour of them, and we will actually be seeing that Bunny is coming over to B side, and it looks like they're going to be rotating Small up to that mid position. But it's over on the side of Villains Valkyries, you've got your Astral Divide, you've got a Resurrection, and you have Seekers. So you have the capability to not only protect your leading fragment if they come onto the site, but you've got that capability to find a lot of information and potentially even daze your opponents, which you can then follow up on and capitalize on the moment gained. Looks like they still want to take it. Bunny's going to hear the boom boy, going to deal with it, and throws down the snake bite. Because they were coming on in, they were going to be burnt down, and holy moly, Katie comes in from the sewers like a troll. She absolutely kills them all down. You are not allowed over her bridge. And that leaves 3 people left, and they're all on the run. They are afraid. One ray goes down. Katie tries to find the second one, but runs out of ammo with PGP, able to back it up, and Katie follows on through with a 4K. Woo! This huge push through sewers, able to find Phoenix so much vision, map position, so many kills to go along with it. And Villians Valkyries, they just did not expect it one bit. They were too busy trying to play around with the Viper's pit over at the B side, and then all of a sudden, the Spanish Inquisition came along. So now it's decided Villians Valkyries, they've had more success over this A site, so they're going to try and hit this once again. PGP and Katie's sitting over here this time, and Blossom decides, I'm going to rotate over here. Actually, they've all got the feeling that there's something going to be happening at this B site. Katie's going to be preparing for smoke. The Astral Divide goes down, the quick rotations start coming in from the Phoenix. PGP is going to get 2 shots, dashes, finds the 3rd. PGP is on fire this round. Katie's there to back it up. PGP wants to find the ace, pulls out the daggers. She's going to go in aggressive. She goes up high. She gets the 4 kill, and Bunny steals the 5th away up on the ramps. That is confidence. That is 6-all for these 2 teams. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh man, I need a drink. Whew, okay, we are good. The players, they must be sweating a little bit because neither team can really secure an advantage. It just gets pulled straight back out. The rug gets pulled from underneath them. You could see there that. Oh man, these colours confuse me when they switch the colours on the scoreboard, but it doesn't really switch the colours of the teams. It's a little bit of a scoreboard bug. It's been around for a while, but it always confuses me. So now, as we move into this half, we're going to be seeing that Sage playing your typical roll down towards mid here, but it's going to be backed up by Glitch. Usually you would see another person over at the vents, and not backing them up over the B heaven. This could catch their opponents off guard if they try and push down, and I always suspect that there will be 2 players defending this. There could be a little bit of a tactical advantage against Villians Valkyries here if they're caught unprepared. Katie trying to find herself some space here towards middle. As we see, Max pops on up, can't find the kill, gonna throw out the paint shells, it's gonna turn around, will the paint shells get it? Katie goes down, so it's a return trade there. Both the Razors being able to find each other. But now, Phoenix, they're down 1 because they lost an additional trade towards that mid. And Phoenix say, we are no longer wanting to deal with that B site. They do have the Viper's wall over the B site. If they pop it, they could try and bait it out, but there's already a rotation over. The buddy system.
30
moving
seconds left.
over to the A site. And we're going to see all 3 of them. Fluffy gets the knowledge. Can they capitalize on it? Glitch is up high. It's going to see no one cut up the ramps. The flash comes on in, slowing down the capability of Glitch trying to rain down from heaven. Will not be bringing the apocalypse as of yet. As now Fluffy's trying to get it on site. Takes a little bit of damage from that snake pit. And going to push through before the smoke comes on up from that Viper. Blossom going for the shots, able to find 1. Unfortunately, Small cannot capitalize back on those coming in from the connector. And now Blossom and Bunny are left to try and take this fight on. Bunny's getting a few shots in but can't find the head. And unfortunately, Blossom cannot, but One Ray picking up 3 kills in that round. Trading for the leading frag position with Fluffy at the top of the scoreboard there. And the great thing about the those going towards one way is you're already 3 ultimate points closer to having that resurrection. So now, once again, we're still seeing One Way and Glitch playing this very close engage towards this mid side up in heaven. They're happy to give up vents because they believe in Maxi's ability to be able to lock down any rotations coming from vents, or if any knowledge is gained, them come through a lobby to be able to deal with that accordingly. The wall's going to go up. Unfortunately, it was not solidified as of yet, so it's just going to get burnt straight down, and One Ray's going to have to hit. Great paranoia coming out from Blossom. Now One Ray's going to deal with this, and he gets completely burnt down. PGP gets the return kill, and they're going to find themselves weapons for their allies. That's 2 Spectres in their hands, as now they take control of this B point. Peachy, ooh, Fluffy coming from behind, making sure no one else gets out of position here. Peachy is going to shut down someone else. Lumen behind the point. Now it's up to Fluffy and Max.
Planted.
Oh, we got a paint shell kill going in the backgrounds. But now Max is all alone up against Peachy, who's got very low health. Peachy should not look to engage this. Needs to use the help, maybe even bait out Blossom. Because 4 hit points is not what you want to deal with. Who's getting the shots off and then distracts enough of Blossom to take the frag. Good little teamwork there. PGP dancing with death. The Reaper's got nothing on her. And now we move into the next round. 7-all. Neither team allowing the other to get too far ahead. They're just returning over and over again. It's a slugfest. Round 15 comes on up. This time, Killjoy's going to be setting up over at the B side, preparing, and we're going to see the Sky rotate towards the A side. And this, Phoenix are happy to take mid control each time. Destroy that wall, shut down one of the largest utility that the Sage has. Make her almost effectively useless at trying to lock down one of those points. And PGP able to find a kill on Fluffy, who was on the work. It's been working so well so far, but PGP has had enough. As now she takes the lead as they storm heaven. She's going to block out for a one-way. The one-way is not going to be useful because no one is peeking around that corner, but it does allow them sight space to work with. And PGP's going to come around. She knows that there's 1 or 2. Flash is going to hit PGP, but she's still not done yet. She's still holding onto this angle. As now, Small is ready, is waiting. They cannot find the kills, unfortunately, as Villians Valkyries is trying to turn this fight back around. It's 2 versus 4. Glitch and One Ray have a lot of work to do here as Katie's coming around from behind. Glitch, ooh, she almost felt it. She had the feeling, but turns away. Valkyrie's coming on up. PGP gets the double as we look at the coming up from the lurk. Now Phoenix decide that they are going to go ahead in this match. What can Valkyries do to slow down the assault of Phoenix? There can only be one superior being in the sky. Will it be a Phoenix flying high, or will it be the Valkyries riding high? One must come crashing down. The wall's gonna go up. Once again, instantly burst down. And there's nothing that Villians Valkyries can really do to stop that. They don't really have any utility or Molotovs to put on the ground to force or punish those that are pushing up and destroying that wall. The Seekers are coming on out though. PGP is going to clean them up, and unfortunately not much information is going to be going out. Bunny's going to get healed up thanks to that Sky after taking a little bit of too much damage down towards A lobby. It looks like a call has been made. They're thinking about rotating over to the B side. They feel like Phoenix might be coming, but now they're just going to hold. They've decided no information, no need to jump out yet. Fluffy is playing a very tight angle here, hoping not to be spotted out, but PGP spots it out. One Ray, however, gets the return kill, gets healed up. They're trying to punish her for that, but she's already long gone. We're going to see the alarm bot go out, but unfortunately the Nanosaur destroyed before it can do a lot of damage to Bunny.
30 seconds left.
We're also able to find a kill over the back lines as Bunny gets taken down from back of sight. One Ray is doing so much. It's able to find the second before she finally goes down. This leaves Pichu left on site. Gets one. Gets almost the second.
Spike down.
They have 12 seconds to get this plant down. They got 10 seconds. 9,
left.
8. Can Katie do it? Katie comes up from behind. Glitch felt like she had it. She was playing the spike. She did not expect Katie to be coming up from behind. The Phoenix. SGN Phoenix are taking this game ahead. They've now got 2 points. And they've now destroyed Valkyrie's economy. They're struggling. They can't really pick up anything at the moment. They're going to be picking up the light buy. Some ghosts, some light armor. So usually if you go to the ghost, you're prepared for more of a kind of a chaotic engagement. Your sheriffs are great at one shot, long shot distances. Your ghosts are good at your medium to long range. Keep on move on, keep your opponents kind of trying to get that spray onto you. That kind of what indicates from the loadout they've picked up. They feel a lot more comfortable jiggling, moving around, and keeping their opponent's aim on target. We're seeing those paint shells come on out. Throwing up middle a little bit there, but it's not going to land. Just a little bit of a warning shot as PGP now moves up towards ramp. Small almost gets taken down there towards mid. One Ray has jumped over the wall. Wall has fallen. They've now retraded places. Is going over towards metal. Unfortunately, Fluffy seemed to have been a little bit... May have been AFK there. May have been watching somewhere elsewhere on the map. And PGP gets a second kill. And now this mid is all free. And they decide they're going to come over towards the A side. Glitch is here all alone. Has to wait for those opponents.
Spike planted.
The opponents come to her, but she can't find a ghost kill. Pichu! What a shot! Straight to the chest, taking PGP out. Flash comes out, but there's no one there to push it yet. Unfortunately, Pichu can't take any more weapons out of their opponent's hands, but now they do have some funds that they can compete with that firepower. And hopefully, we might see Fluffy come back to us. Yes, Fluffy's back. Now, Villains Valkyries, they're finally on the back foot. This is the first time they've been behind by a margin. It's starting to get a little bit worrying for Villains Valkyries.
Bury them.
And it looks like they're starting to trade up locations a little bit. You've got the Astra that's going to be running towards the mid stage, going to continue the mid wall off, which might get burned straight away from Katie here. Katie decides against it at this stage. Because she took too long, she's afraid that someone's going to peek her and will kill her from a point. Actually, never mind. Katie peeks out. She's feeling confident. She's ready for a kill. Now B-side. Out of free. Small's wondering, where are these players? What's going on? The lockdown's been used and it's going to force Small to have to come off that line. One Ray doesn't find the kill, unfortunately. It forced them away, but they could not capitalize.
I've got your trail.
Now Katie is going to burn down that wall. The Seekers are on the hunt. They're all coming towards Fluffy. Fluffy gets rid of them. So that's a lot of knowledge unbeknownst to their opponents. But Phoenix understands it's now at least 3 people on the A side. So they can move onto the side. Great little alarm bot and Nanosaur doing a lot of damage to Bunny. As she secures ground, throws out that snake bite. And Pichu, she's waiting. She gets flashed. She gets pushed off the sideline. Great flash coming out there. And now the Viper's Pit is going to go down. Lock them down. Now we have to wait for the Valkyries. They're one person down here. They have 2 ultimates ready. We have the beautiful kill coming over mid. Will we see that resurrection come on in? We will not as Sage falls down. Pichu finds a kill up in heaven. Up on catwalk. They're going to come on in. But then everyone just suddenly falls. Katie and Bonnie are just so strong together in that Viper's pit. Finds themselves 3 almost instantaneously. Nothing Villains Valkyries could do. Once Wanray went down, they couldn't get the numbers back up to an even location. They had a little bit of time to work with, but Wanray got killed as she was rotating out through heaven. So SGN Phoenix are now up to 11. They're on a 5-win spree. And we're seeing a little bit something different coming out from Villains Valkyrie. I always love something different. But Katie's like, whoa, guys. They're all over here. And she quickly retreats as the rest of her team comes to back her up. And they're still getting aggressive. I love this. They're playing a little bit out of an ordinary. Pichu and Maxi is trying to hold on to this location, cause a lot of havoc. But they've decided, whatever, we're just going to sneak our way through the middle of the map and run over to the A site. They completely juke out Villains Valkyries, and they're still chasing them down. They're chasing them. Katie, she sprays, she gets one. But now that's a weapon in their opponent's hands. Pichu on the backside of heaven gets one. Blossom hiding up here on ramps. They check the point. The spray comes out. Blossom gets one. Blossom gets 2. Finally gets turned down, but it's 2 versus 2. Valkyries are looking comfortable here. They're up against Bunny, and they're up against PGP. Bunny's going to be holding close to the A, hoping to get a crossfire set up with PGP. We're going to be hearing the jump come from Maxi B. Takes a little bit of damage, jumps around the corner, shoots, and scores. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and Pichu is able to capitalize. They're going to get the defuse, and they're going to get the rounds just in time. Oh, are they? Oh, my heart. Oh, okay. Villains Valkyries. Stem the bleeding. They finally put a bandage up on the wound that Phoenix just kept so hitting abrasively against. Almost felt like they just pulled out the Chinese burn and just started doing as much damage as they could, wearing down their opponents, not quite finishing them, just toying with them almost. But now Villains Valkyrie, they found their step, they found their mojo. When they played a little bit chaos, it completely threw SGN Phoenix for a loop. Especially you could see Katie. Once Katie saw that aggression coming, she was like, I'm not having a bar of this. And it was almost such a fantastic opportunity for SGN Phoenix. They made the right call. They ran through the middle of the map. They secured the A site. It's just when it got crazy and when it got chaos, the execution, you know, is no longer there for them. And it looks like Villains Valkyries excel when chaos has been made. So now here in round 20, Buffy and Wanray holding strong, and they've got Maxi also prepared to swing mid. That's 3 locating that mid, which means they should have the advantage. Bunny comes on in, gets taken out, but it's a return trade instantly. Katie's on point, finds no one. Suspects it's going to be someone up top, throws out the showstopper. It's going to be on the hunt. Pichu gets the dodges and gets the kill. Showstopper is down. This leaves PGP in Blossom to hold on to heaven. The one-way comes out and will kill off Fluffy, but Fluffy can find the kill. Does a little bit of damage, but not enough. The Seeker comes out, and she's going to have to run and dash away. Blossom is finding the kills required to keep Phoenix ahead in this round. And now the run. They're off. They got no detain, and they're just going to relocate over to the 5th side, and they've got the bomb. The plant is going to go down. Maxi and Peach is going to hear the spike plant, and they're just going to be like, ah, damn. And then they're going to have to make their way over to the A site and moving into their opponent's hands. No longer are Phoenix coming at them. They're running into Phoenix. And they have a lot of time to get into position. So you have to play very cautiously. Small. He's going to peek around the corner. Finds the kill on Pichu, leaving Maxi, the last one standing, to hold on for the Valkyries. Finds one beautiful headshot going down to lobby. Sneaks on in, gets past the sight line, isolates Blossom, but Blossom is able to find the kill. If Maxi was able to get that kill, it was looking clean for Villains Valkyrie to be able to clean that up. But now, we are on match points for SGN Phoenix. This team have found their groove. They've found their mojo. They've found so many round wins here on the offense. Villains Valkyries are struggling a little bit with this defense.
Placing swarm grenade.
And it looks like their defensive executions is just a little bit too tough for them. They're playing for the trades, they're playing for the kills, but they're unable to find it. They're not really returning back to a safer location and going for the return execution. Whether they don't feel comfortable or they feel more confident in being the aggressive style to find the kills, that is something they will know. One way is getting a little bit cheeky peeky. Maxi
Spike
from
down,
behind finds one in sewers and is able to retreat, but then Peachy P says, you are not helping out Maxi, we are going to lock her in here, she's going to stay in the sewer until we say otherwise. And Katie and Small, they say otherwise. And this just leaves Pichu left, and that will be the end of that match.
Attackers win.
SGN Phoenix versus Villians Valkyries is done and dusted. SGN Phoenix will be taking the W home here tonight. What a match between both these two teams. They just put up such a huge fight at the start, backwards and forwards, until finally Phoenix, when they were on the offense, they just felt so comfortable that they just continued to push over their opponents. I mean, look at PGP, unbelievable usage there, multiple rounds getting multiple kills. Same with Katie, they were just unstoppable at times, and they were being kind of enabled by their teammates. Small constantly with those flashes, always clearing out those sight lines and choke points, allowing these players to get on point and do the damage that they absolutely required. So beautiful work there. Wonderful game from Phoenix Valkyries. They put up a very strong effort and a great showing, but unfortunately will be going down to the Phoenix. They ride too close to the sun, and the Phoenix will burn them down into a smothering pile of ashes. So I want to thank these two teams for waiting for the delayed start. I really do appreciate that. I do apologize. It is late. It is 10:05 here in Australia. It is 12:05 in any players from New Zealand. So it is a late match that was on. So thank you to the players. Thank you to the spectators for sticking with it and watching this match out. I'm sure that all the players here and myself enjoyed your support for having you along. That was an LPL Open match. So unfortunately, I don't have the statistics on me at the moment, but once again, the LPL opens, the top 8 teams will go into the finals, and the team who will come in first will get promoted or regulated up into the amateur league. So I've been D-Swole, I am losing my voice. I want to thank you all for coming along. To stay up to date with all the LPL action, make sure to follow LPL_play on Twitter. Make sure to follow their Discord, because after this league is done, in about a month's time, there will be new leagues for you to join in. So if you are wanting to join in with a team, or you're already registered in a team, remember in a month's time, the registrations will open again for the new league to come on out, which will be run in the second half of this year. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good one.